Good evening everybody, today we're back for another ride along Guitar Hero Buckethead's Pike album series with Pike 82 Calamity Cabin. So let's begin. Woo! Released September 27, 2014, Pike 82 was one of 8 Pike albums released that month, dropping the same day as Pike 81 Carnival of Cartilage, a deadly combo. The 8-track album kicks off with its title track Calamity Cabin, immediately setting the tone of the album with its heavy riffage. The song kicks into gear around the 1-minute mark with frantic drums and metal rips. Certainly not a wow song, but it'll get your head banging, and that's the intent. Track 2, Walking in Circles, continues with the heavy, locking onto a more enjoyable beat early on and running with it, briefly slowing things down mid-song before ramping the metal back up to finish the track. More accessible than track 1, it's a thoroughly enjoyable listen. Track 3 is the album's longest track, the 5.5 minute The Forest Sings. The metal continues with numerous tempo changes and frantic riffage. Like the previous tracks, the programmed drums by Dan Monty are on point, adding to and elevating the track. Another enjoyable headbanger. Track 4 is the 1.5 minute Downpour. Delivering more of the same, it locks on to a nice lick early on, but does end far too early to really lock you in. Still, we know there's more heavy metal to come, so it's alright. Track 5 is the gloriously titled What a Weird Room. With its drums, tempo and harmonic squeals, this track screams of Dimebag Darrell and Pantera. A more traditional sounding metal song, this one is the most accessible yet, and along with track 2, Walking in Circles, is an album standout. Track 6, Found in the Tomb, continues with nasty metal riffage and is another solid listen. Again, it's more of a traditional sounding metal song than the out-of-the-box Buckethead in earlier tracks, and that's certainly not a bad thing. It's nothing flashy or overly technical, it's just metal up your ass. Track 7 is the 3-minute Hollow Door. The excellent metal riffage and frantic drumming continues with Buckethead in the pocket the entire time. Another enjoyable track, again it's easily accessible and an album standout. album concludes with track 8, Beware of Quicksand. Again, the riffs are fantastic and the pacing of the song is on point with a constant flow of riffs, never slowing itself down, arguably the best paced song of the album. A solid track to end on and another album standout. Overall, Pike 82 is an album of pure metal riffage and is one of the better, heavier Pike albums released by Buckethead. There's not a single solo on the album and it really doesn't need them. And unlike the similar metal offering of Pike 30's Mannequin Cemetery, where metal song after metal song can become quite tiresome when things aren't changed up, this one can be enjoyed track after track as an album without it feeling much of a muchness. Heavy metal and frantic drums aren't everyone's cup of tea, but this is a far more accessible metal album than some of Buckethead's other metal offerings. After adding up the rating I gave for each track, it came to exactly 65%, which I categorize as good. You can find my individual song ratings and breakdown on our website, natanet.com. So what's your rating for Pike 82? Be sure to let us know.